everybody to the Single on Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single on Stilettos. Today we have on our show Zan Perrion, and he's a writer, speaker, and romance artist. And he works exclusively with single men, and he's worked with thousands of them at Ars Amorata. And I'm so excited to have him here today because, ladies, he's talking about a topic that I know all of you want to know the answer to, and that's what makes a man see a woman as marriage material. But before we jump into this, Zan, tell our audience what the difference is between a romance artist and a pickup artist, because I don't want them to think that you're the sleazy type of guy that helps men pick up women.
Strong distinction. Men think they want to pick up women, and a lot of guys come to my seminars and my talks and my programs saying, I want to learn how to get a girl tonight. I want to know the secrets and the tips and techniques in the opening line and the stories that I have to say to get this girl in my bed. But the truth is, like, men are more cautiously sincere than we think they are. They're more gentle in that, if that's a word. They're more gentle in that than we think they are. They think they want to pick up chicks, but they really want to have a good experience with women, which is what you're talking about, Suzanne, in your programs. And you've been doing how many shows? 50?
Oh, I've done over 50. I don't even know
50
what number I'm at.
It's because there's a disconnect. There's something missing in the world, and people want to know something, and you have an audience because of that. So I have an audience because of that too. Men want to know something strong about women. They don't want to be pickup artists. They think they have to learn how to do that because in this day and age, that's the only answer. But they really want to learn how to have a good experience with women and hold their own. They want to say, I want to show up as a man for once. That's it.
Right.
That's the difference between a romance artist and a
pickup artist. Okay, great. Well, tell us, Zan, what makes a man see a woman as marriage material? I can feel everybody out there going, yeah, Zan, what is it?
Okay, there's some deep concepts here, and I mean deep because there's something in the spirit of women. I don't know if this is politically correct or not, but there's something in the spirit of women which makes a man pause, and that is the concept of it's a call for caring. In other words, it's a call from men, from the heart of men, saying, I want to be a warrior. I want to go fight battles. I want to go and destroy, and I want to build, and I want to create. And I want somebody to take care of me while I do that. I don't know if that's politically correct or not, Suzanne, but it's a strong spirit of men. They build the Taj Mahal because of a woman, not because of anything else. They do these kinds of things because of women. They are inspired by the heart and the spirit of women. It's Helen of Troy, and they're looking for Helen. They want to know something that's worth living for and dying for, and it's. I'll ramble a bit here. I think that the men who really understand women the most, and really who that women gravitate to and say, wow, he's not tall, he's not good looking, but there's something about him. He's not rich, but there's something about this man, I can't get him out of my mind. What is that spirit that is in a man? It's this. He has two things simultaneously. This is very abstract, but I'm going to say it. Two things at the same time to women. He's a leader who's strong and says, here's my boundaries and don't cross them. Do not cross my boundaries. At the same time, he's a little boy who needs to be taken care of. At the same time, simultaneously, he's like strong and full of life and energy and adventure. At the same time, he's a little boy who's lost and doesn't even know how to wash behind his ears. And it's a strong call to women to understand that I will. You cannot cross my boundaries. Because women test the boundaries, man, all the time. You're going to be weak. I will be strong then and show you something, man. I will show you, right? And at the same time, there's a call for like, I want to be a warrior, but I also want. It's called the warrior's repose, which is I want to go out and fight a battle, I want to come back and put my head on the lap of a woman who understands me and how weak I really feel. I don't know if I explained that well, but it's strong.
Well, and I get what you're saying, and I think another way to describe it, and I think the way you brought it up was funny because you said, I don't know if this is politically correct, because, women that are really into women's lib and things like that may say, like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Exactly.
But at the other point is that, ladies, what Zan is trying to say is that men still, in this day and age, in 2014, have that primal instinct of they want to take care of a woman, right? And they want a woman to support them, and they want a woman to know that, like, as you put it, when he goes off to build whatever it is, that he comes back and he has her there to support him and be there for him and give him that feminine energy, right?
Yeah, like all the great lovers of history, Suzanne, have had that dichotomy of the two sides, which is like, I'm the strong, fierce warrior leader.
Mm-hmm.
I can destroy the world. That's who I am. And I'm a little boy who's kind of lost and has his hand in the cookie jar and I'm caught.
Right.
And if they don't have that, women disdain them. If men are all aggressive and strong and they have no empathy or vulnerability on that side, then women say, okay, well, and if they're all vulnerability and then they're the nice guy, the guy who's like, there's no attraction in that for women. There's nothing strong and masculine for women to grab onto there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So women have to do the job of men and the job of women, which is be the strong one in the relationship and also be the vulnerable in the relationship, because men are not doing it. So I really think that, it appeals to the two halves of the female spirit, which is the Madonna whore complex, which is like the Madonna wants to give blessings to the world and give blessings and to inspire and to create. It's a creative, and it's giving birth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like giving birth, and the Madonna whore complex and the horror side of things is like, I want to be bent over. I want to be ravished. I want somebody to strip my clothes off and rip and push things out of my to get to me. And men are not doing that. Men are not seducing their women and not seducing their wives, and we've lost that. So like a man has that spirit of like adventure and strong stallion in him. At the same time, he's like, he needs to be taken care of because he's lost. He has a little boy spirit. I don't know how else to say it. Is irresistible to women. Maybe I think.
Well, so tell our audience, though, what some characteristics are that make men want to marry her. Like, what does she have to have? Can you give us a couple of characteristics?
Yeah, you have to. You know what? There's this. I know a woman who does conferences for women, who does seminars for women, and you know what the number one advice she says to women is this: Don't roll your eyes. Stop rolling your eyes. That's the only advice I give to women, is like, stop rolling your eyes around him, because it breaks his heart and makes him feel like inferior, and makes him feel like he's lost in this world. And there's a truth to that. I don't say it because I'm not a woman. I can't give advice to women, but there's the truth to that. Is like, it's like there's a supportive element in there, which is an inspirational element that says, you don't understand your potential, man, but I as a woman do. I see where it's possible for you to go more than you do. That woman, I tell you, a man will never turn away from her. It's just like he will grab onto her and say, this is what I need in my life more than anything, because I want to be creator. I want to build the Taj Mahal. I want to build a pyramid. I want to build a skyscraper. I want to be the captain of industry. I want to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And I need that warrior's repose. I need it. I need to feel like taking care of myself, because I'm too strong out there. I need to be someone to take care of me too.
And I know what that woman's trying to say. Well, it sounds so trivial, this thing of rolling the eyes. What she's basically trying to say, and you can agree with me or disagree with me, Zan, is that what she's basically saying is stop emasculating the man that you're dating, because he's not going to want to marry you if you're emasculating him all the time with whatever it is, right?
And women try and be strong and say, I don't need to be, this is the modern 21st century. I don't need to be this woman who's like, but there's something lost in that, girls, and that is this. It's lost in the spirit of the feminine grace that bathes the earth in a life. Women are are women give birth. They give birth initially, and I'll tell you the truth, they give birth to men again. The true women of the world give birth to men again. They make them feel like they're born again. And if you can't do that, then it's just like a masculine energy of strength and antagonism and taking. And I don't care if it's politically correct. It's 100% true. There's a rare sense of women on this earth who want to be inspiring men to be the best that they can be, because men are lost. They don't know how to be the best they can be. And if they have that in their corner, they can do all things.
Right. And that's what they want. They want the support. Yeah. They want to know that you're there for them. They want to know that you're not going to emasculate them, because they're not going to want to marry you if you're that way. And it's important, like you said, Zan, is while this is the 21st century and women are strong and independent, ladies, when you act like and have that attitude of, I don't need a man, I could do it myself, or I make enough money and I don't need his. If you have that attitude, a man is not going to see his place in a relationship and want to marry you.
Yeah, and I don't know how much time we have left here, Sam, but I will say this. Mm-hmm. The women that try and change a man's spirit, they want to have him to be a wild stallion who's like, but they want him to do it in this little fenced-off yard over here. Mm-hmm. You cannot... it breaks the spirit of a man
when you try to change him.
You try and change him in some way. Yeah, there's a spirit in men that has to go out and see the world and climb Mount Everest and this kind of stuff. And women, and women spend all their time trying to tame him down and trying to change him into this domesticated creature. And the moment he is, they're like, they disdain him, because he's like, where's his spirit? So yeah, it's a very strong thing.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's such an important point, because women do. They try to change the man that they're dating. They're like, oh, he would be perfect if he just was this way or whatever it is. And I'm going to end on this last point is, ladies, men, because I hear this from men all the time, is that when they get married, they hope that you're not going to change, and a woman marries a man hoping that she can change him. And that's the wrong attitude to have, because you need to accept a man for who he is. You know who he is, and don't try to change him going into a marriage, because it's just going to make the whole relationship go down the drain.
It destroys everything. You're absolutely right.
Because men rarely try to change a woman. They rarely do. And so
good point.
It's true. They don't. It's very rare.
I never thought about that, but it's true. It's true.
But women always going, how do I change him? How do I make him dress the way I want? How do I make him do this? How do I make him do that? Because he'd be perfect if blah, blah, blah. But men just go, God, she's great. Or if she's not great, then that's not the woman for them. So, yeah.
It's true. It's like men go into a relationship thinking, I don't want her to ever change. And women go into a relationship, I want this guy to change.
Exactly. And
wow.
Yeah. And ladies, I want you to remember that point.
That's new for me, yeah.
So, great. Well, Zan, tell our audience how they can find you.
Well, you can find me on zanperrion.com, ZANPERRION.com.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. If you like our show, it's available both in video format and podcast format. You can view the videos at singleandstilettos.com, and if you like the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you would like to get our free report on the top 10 secrets on what attracts a man and what turns him off, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.